Hello, hello, everyone. This is Suzanne Knappe-Nicole with Police Science Doctor, or from Police Science Doctor with Police Science Snippets, which is something I present for you every single week. Police Science Doctor tries to be a bridge between police science, police research, all these publications, and all the good scientific work that's going on, and the actual practitioners that need that information. So, one of those ways in which I try to do this is I go through lots of journal articles on research findings that have been published in criminology, police science, investigative psychology, forensic psychology, law enforcement, military, all that kind of stuff. And I try to find 3 snippets or 3 nuggets that I think might be useful to you, that are not extremely abstract or very specific. And then I email them to everyone on the Police Science Doctor email list, which you get into your inbox every Tuesday. If you sign up for it, it's completely free. And it takes you to the link to the original research. And I also come onto the social media channels and talk about these snippets here. And if there's anything I can add in terms of context or my experience, then I will do that as well. So there might not be something for you every week because there are very many topics that I try to cover. I also very much appreciate it if somebody sends me some research that they think might be useful to have featured on these police science snippets. And that's exactly what Tom Andrews did from Derbyshire University here in the UK. He did some research himself, so you can either send in your research that has been published, or you can just forward me any articles or links to articles that you think could be useful for this segment. So what Tom Andrews sent was about a study about the impact of police uniform. So research has found that a well-fitted uniform will make the wearer not only perform better as a police officer, but also increase their sense of professionalism and thereby increasing public trust and confidence in policing. Now, some of you, if you haven't been in uniform, you might think that's quite a trivial issue. You know, what does it matter what the uniform is like, how it fits? Actually, it does matter. So I was a PCSO in London, that's a police community support officer. We did have uniform, slightly different to police officers' uniform, and I felt horrible in that uniform, and I didn't like the job, not just because of the uniform wearing, but it just was. For example, I had to have my shirt tucked into my trousers, and I never do that. And there's, especially for women, I've heard a lot of complaint about police uniform because they sometimes feel more comfortable in men's trousers, sometimes in females' trousers, and there can even be health issues for women from wearing trousers that are not well designed, and that they're running around, walking around all day in them, and it can cause issues. So uniform is actually really important. It affects how you present yourself, and how you present yourself affects how the public respond to you. So once you start going down that rabbit hole, you actually see there's a lot of sense to it. So it's quite interesting that this research has come to these findings. And thanks very much, Tom, for sending that in, as I've said. The second snippet for today is about tattoos and arrests. Having a permanent tattoo is associated with an increased risk of being arrested, convicted, and incarcerated, even after controlling for all the effects. So it's not down to any of the following. The effects of self-reported crime and delinquency, levels of self-control, exposure to delinquent peers, and key demographic factors. So these are all things that could have an impact on somebody's levels of arrest and conviction, but actually all of those were taken out of the equation. It really was down to whether someone has or has not got tattoos. Tattoos may have a labeling effect that is used to process persons through the criminal justice system. So found that quite interesting. There's a lot of police officers here in the UK who have tattoos. I don't know if I ever noticed that in Germany. I generally found there were fewer people in Germany who have tattoos, but then I haven't lived in Germany for 25 years. And the third snippet for this week is about revenge porn in youngsters. LGB plus youngsters are more likely to be victimized through non-consensual distribution of sexual images and footage, I guess, than their heterosexual peers. Being the target of non-consensual dissemination of sexual images is positively associated with depression. So here's a target demographic that are particularly vulnerable to this phenomenon. So these are the snippets for today. Let's see if anyone can guess what this is. It's a pin the tail on the platypus game. So yeah, That's that. Actually, you didn't have to guess. I told you, didn't I? I messed it up a little bit. Never mind. I hope there was something in these snippets for you. If not, there might be something next week. And if you're a subscriber to the email list, just Google Police Science, enter your details into the form that pops up when you go to Police Science Doctor, and you get access to the read page. All the snippets are there. You can download them. You'll probably find something that is relevant to your job. And if not, tune in again next week, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.